and welcome our blood viewers to RTD's News English edition. Tonight, for the headlines, we got the President received U.S. Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa. And on the international scene in Haiti, a human toll rises to nearly 1,300 dead for the earthquake. Those were the top stories for tonight. Welcome back to our newsroom, our beloved viewers. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, received today late morning the American Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa, Mr. Jeffrey Feltman, his staff accompanied by the Ambassador of the United States of America to Djibouti, Mr. Jonathan Pratt. At the end of this meeting, the President and his host had an exchange of views on the political dynamics in the Horn of Africa, issues related to security and peace in the region. In this exchange, President Ismail Omar Guelleh and the Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa, Mr. Jeffrey, also discussed the impact of the dynamics around the stability in the Horn of Africa. As the geopolitical environment becomes more complex and relations between countries increasingly independent, they concluded that the challenges facing the region today require greater solidarity. Both leaders emphasized that there is a joint interest in promoting a collaborative and inclusive approach to fostering development and stability in the region. In an ever-changing world, the exchange between the President and Mr. Feltman resulted in an imperative to build capacity for the inclusion, security, and peace. Let's listen.
Discussed the issue of regional security, regional political developments in the Horn of Africa. I was able to express appreciation on behalf of my government, the government of the United States of America, for the partnership, the close partnership we have with Djibouti in promoting peace, security, development in this important region, the Horn of Africa. So we compared notes on developments in the region, and His Excellency the President of the Republic was able to share with me his analysis of the type of role that the United States can play in partnerships with Djibouti and others in promoting a peaceful, stable, prosperous Horn of Africa.
In a statement to the local media, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, the official spokesman for the government, Mr. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, commented on the meeting that took place between President Guelleh and the U.S. Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa, and said that the President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, discussed with his two guests issues related to strengthening security and stability. The Minister of Foreign Affairs noted that the discussions that the Special Envoy had with President Guelleh focused on all issues related to security and civil peace, especially the role of Djibouti, which is a friend of the United States of America and which harbors the American military base in Djibouti, which always works in the interest of achieving security and stability in this region of the world. Djibouti also hosts the headquarters of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, where the new head of the Economic and Political Department is conducting consultations with the Djiboutian authorities and other countries in order to promote peace and stability in the region. He indicated that Djibouti is fully prepared to cooperate and work alongside the efforts of the U.S. government in order to contribute to achieving the desired stability in this region. The Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble, received this morning the new ambassador of the People's Republic of China acceded to Djibouti, His Excellency Mr. Hu Bin. During this meeting, the two men discussed ways and means to further strengthen cooperation ties in the field of health. Attended by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Saleh Bonita Turab. After welcoming his host to our country, the Minister of Health and the Ambassador reviewed the state of bilateral relations between China and Djibouti, particularly in the field of health. The Minister of Health discussed with his interlocutor the policy of his ministry focused on strengthening the health system of the country. For his part, the new ambassador, after thanking for the warm welcome, he also expressed his wish to see the Sino-Djiboutian cooperation evolve and pledged to further strengthen ties this cooperation. The National Commission on Human Rights, which is also known as CNDH, using its right to conduct investigations and civil referral on any violation of human rights in accordance with Article 3 of the Paris Principles and Article 11 and 12 of Law Number 59 of 20 July 2014, has conducted investigations on the tragic and painful events that took place on 1 and 2 August 2021, mainly in the town of Balbala. In its investigations, the team of the CNDH, composed of Mr. Amin Mohammed, a young executive in charge of compliments and investigations, Mr. Mohammed Farah, commissioner reporter, and Mr. Saleban Umar Oden, president of the commission, went successfully during the days of 15 and 16 August 2021 to the military hospital, as well as the hospital Sheikho and Al-Rahma. They also interviewed the leaders of the gendarmerie and police sector, namely Captain Yusuf Ahmed Yusuf, commander of the Jujikal Group, and Lieutenant Colonel Abse, commander of the police station of Mudan. They also met with some detainees at the prison of Gabod and the president of the commune of Balbala, Mr. Idris Bashir, and the consuls of the districts concerned. In view of the investigations, the National Human Rights Commission draws the following conclusions. 5 deaths, including 100 wounded, 98 of whom suffered minor injuries. As of today, only 2 wounded remain hospitalized. The National Commission of Human Rights regrets the false information that some people claiming to be human rights, who are not even in Djibouti, are circulating on social networks. It is very regrettable that international media take up such enormous information without any verification of use. The Commission reserves the right to publish a detailed report on its findings in the coming days. The president of the National Commission for Human Rights held a press conference this morning to give an update on the investigations and the tragic events that took place earlier this month. Under the aegis of the Minister of Decentralization, Mr. Qasim Harun Ali, and the Ministry of Interior in close cooperation with the UNFD, the Commune of Bal'os organized yesterday morning the closing of the 3rd Conference on Nonviolence and Social Cohesion at the headquarters of the UNFD. This conference is a continuation of the awareness campaign on nonviolence and social cohesion launched on Wednesday, August 11, and which ended yesterday morning at the premises of the UNFD. This conference was attended by the Vice President of the UNFD, Mrs. Hasna Hamad Wilil, parliamentarians including the Honorable Deputy Mr. Muhammad Hamid, the President of the Commune of Bal'os, Mr. Muhammad Ismail, the Presidents of different annexes, heads of neighborhoods, ukals and ulamas of the different neighborhoods, and members of civil society. It should be noted that the ultimate goal of this awareness campaign is above all the consolidation of unity, peaceful cohesion of communities, and living together. The speakers have all in turn emphasized the importance of preserving national unity and the rejection of violence in all its forms. They did not stop reminding that Djibouti is a haven of peace and that Djiboutians hold dearly and proudly to this peace hard-won. National stars Abi Yazid and Gesud illuminated the event with traditional songs in Afar and Somali. The sub-prefecture of Dora, the locality of Balho, was severely impacted by the recent rainfall accompanied by violent winds that devastated many homes and also left some households without material goods. However, the population of Balho, the most affected by this natural disaster, calls on the authorities of the Tajora region to investigate the situation and provide assistance to families affected by natural hazards. The summer period is often characterized by rainfall called karma, from Grand Wema to Dai, passing through Rwanda to the region of Dora. The rainfall has left its mark this past week. The team of Adaitoli of Rwanda won 2-1 against the best team of Tajora. This Saturday on the field of Sora and Rwanda and in the front of its supporters, the team Adalti resigned its slow but in pain. The first half was an ammunition for NFP Tajora, which had 2/3 of the position built but did absolutely nothing with it, while leaving 3-man defense completely open against the fast front line. The home team was deadly from the start, exploiting all the space left by their opponent and creating some great chances, but it wasn't until the second half that the score was broken. Starting in early July, the summer soccer tournament of Rwanda, dedicated to the memory of the late Demha, has been the participation of several teams from the locality and elsewhere. The event was attended by several officials of the SES, in this case, the coordinator, Mr. Ahmed Ali, Mrs. Medina Dembiu, the manager of the sports complex of Tajora, the vice president of the regional council of Tajora, Mr. Abdelghadir Umar, as well as the local authorities speaking at the award ceremony. The chairman of the organizing committee welcomed the good organization of the event before thanking the Secretariat of State for Sports for its consistent and unreserved support. As a reminder, this kind of initiative is likely to bring out new talents and meet the needs and expectations of young people, especially in the field of physical activities and sports. Moving on towards the international scene now, the provisioned death toll from the Saturday's 7.2 magnitude earthquake in southern Haiti has risen to 1,297 and more than 5,700 injured, according to the country's civil protection services. While suffering aftershocks from the 7.2 magnitude earthquake, residents and rescue workers were working Sunday with limited resources to find survivors. However, relief efforts to help victims could be hampered as tropical depression Grace approaches, with the potential for torrential rains and rift flooding. According to the U.S. National Weather Service, it is expected to hit Monday night, and the country has been placed on heightened alert. By this, our beloved viewers, we conclude this edition. Thank you for being with us and make sure to stay safe. We, the RTD team, wish you a wonderful evening. Thank you very much.